YouTube, what's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and I'm back with a little bit of news about what kind of things we can expect when the patch comes through, that comes through with the Twist and the Twilight DLC, which was recently announced. There's actually a lot of really exciting stuff that's going to be taking place, even if you don't get the DLC. I've got a fight going here because I want you all to see this one. I'm going to actually escape out of that. Yeah, turn that back on. And let you all kind of check out a fight between Kolek and Ungram. And the reason why I'm showing this fight is because one of the big changes they've made is actually to basically collisions, knockback, and bracing. Normally what you just saw there would have resulted in a massive knockback for Ungram, and instead it resulted in him, I mean, he's still getting absolutely pounded by Kolek, but he was able to hold his ground. Notice he's not getting knocked on his butt every time he gets hit and pushed around and just absolutely destroyed like he would have previously. He can stand his ground and put up a rather impressive fight, all things considered, that he got charged by, you know, a massive dragon ogre. Now, some people might be mad thinking, well, Ungram should win this fight. He might sometimes. I think you all saw what happened there. It was pretty brutal, but you'll notice he didn't get knocked all over his butt. That's huge. This totally changes things for dwarves in a lot of ways because they just got abused late into matches and stuff when people would just knock them all over the place. Now, I don't want to get into a ton of detail because the patch notes will eventually come out and you all get to read some of the detail, but essentially it looks like CA went in and changed the mechanics around, like saying, like, for instance, when some of these single entities would be getting attacked, they would be getting a knockdown chance. You know, they might get 10 chances in 1 second to get knocked down, and it only takes one of those to roll in order for them to get knocked away. And so basically they changed it to where it's a lot harder to knock down infantry single entities like Ungram and monstrous infantry ones. So that's where the changes came. And not only that, bracing has always been a thing in Total War over the last few years where you can, like, you know, make sure your unit's standing still and ready to take the charge. And that was not a thing for single entity lords or for single entity monstrous infantry type stuff. It now is. They added that bracing ability to Ungram. So if he's standing there and takes that charge, he has that expert charge defense. And that might be part of the reason why we lost that fight too, is because I wasn't braced, I don't think. I don't know. I had to read all the stuff going into it about when you're braced and when you're not, because they definitely made changes to all that. Here's another cool thing. Yeah, right here. This is something that is a CA thank you. Thank you, thank you. This is so awesome. If you mouse over a unit card now, you can see the damage dealt and the damage value. So this is so great. Now, you might be saying, what is damage dealt and damage value? Let me read you the definitions of these so you know how to interpret this. The damage dealt is a raw number, and it is the raw damage that was dealt by this unit to another unit. So you guys saw what he did to Kolek, and so that's the raw value. Now, damage value, it says, tracks the rough value of the damage the unit dealt. For example, if attacking a unit worth 1,000 gold and with 10,000 health, you will gain 500 value if you deal 5,000 damage to it. It says this is intended to provide feedback on performance of units that focus on taking out expensive and powerful targets. So what it shows you here is that Ungram got a lot of extremely valuable damage dealt here. And that you can see that in the damage value because of the way that score is calculated. We can play with this some more when it comes out, but Ungram being able to brace and then having this on the outro screen, this is fantastic. This is just some really nice quality of life stuff that I can't give CA enough kudos for stuff like this. There may be other stuff in the game we still want to see changed. I know there's a few things I can think of, but whenever they do something right like this, thank you. That's all I have to say about it. This is and not to make it sound like they never do anything right, because I don't think that's true, but I'm just saying this is great. The game has been out for a long time. We're all waiting on Warhammer 3. They don't have to do this, and they did it. Awesome. Please, more of this, CA. This is fantastic. So kudos to them. Alright, so I'm here on the Mortal Empire screen to talk about another new thing that Creative Assembly added, and again, it is a step in the right direction, and I love it, and I hope they expand on this for Game 3, something I have been harping on for a long time, and don't get me wrong here, I love mods. Mods keep this game fresh. Even though it's a great game on its own, the mods keep it fresh and allow the player to customize it to what they want in the experience. I have a certain set of mods that I use in every campaign because it makes the game so much fun for me, and some people don't like to play it that way, and they don't have to use those mods. what I've been saying for a long time is that Creative Assembly should be playing into this. I still want mods out there, because people still make great stuff for it, but when you have a mod, for instance, that changes the penalty that you receive for having extra armies, or a mod that changes, you know, great power, the great power penalty and stuff like that, those mods are great, and I'm thankful for them, but in my opinion, they're unnecessary because Creative Assembly should have already had those be options. And you can see here settings or something like, you should be able to go in here and have all these as settings, radio buttons, drop downs, all kinds of stuff should be in here. Abilities to decide how much economic cheat the AI gets, how aggressive the AI behaves. All that kind of stuff should be in here. And they've made a step in the right direction here, which is that the Chaos Invasion in Mortal Empires now has an off. You can just turn it off. If you don't want Chaos in your Mortal Empires, turn it off. On, hard, very hard, and legendary. You all have seen how much fun my all-gun campaign has been with the Chaos mod that was brought out there, but I think it's, was it Robbie that did the Chaos, like harder and wider Chaos Invasion? I think it was. Fantastic mod. And it looks like CA may have learned from mods such as that because they're attempting to do something. Now, I don't know exactly what this looks like. I haven't gotten to go and test this, unfortunately, because I just haven't had enough time to turn this on and go play a campaign up to the point where Chaos invades. I may try to, and maybe someone's already done it and made a video out of it. I don't know exactly what this means, but this is a step in the right direction. CA, again, please more of this. Please more of this. Hey, it's okay to do it one step at a time. I don't expect you to turn around and change the world and all of a sudden have this just amazing screen, but think about it. With Warhammer 3 coming out, hopefully sometime next year. We don't know when, actually, because it hasn't been announced, but we'll hope for next year. More of this. Again, this is great. This is absolutely fantastic. Game's been out for a long time. Go ahead, keep adding stuff like this. And some people might say, well, they just copied this from modders. Hey, you know what? If you learn something from the modders, great. You know, no problem. And again, I'm not trying to have less modding or anything else. Please keep all that support. It continues to bring fresh ideas. So this is awesome. Again, kudos to Creative Assembly on this. I love it. All right, there's one last thing that I just want to show you all real quick. That's all. I mean, there's a lot more to this patch that's going to be coming up, and maybe I'll do some more videos to talk about it at some point. I am planning some more content. Obviously, as per usual, Creative Assembly has kind of a set list of embargoes that we go through, what they'll allow me to show to you at certain dates, because obviously they have their own marketing plan, and it's not intent on just letting us creators do what we want when we want. But as it comes out, I'll try and show you more. This is exciting. I wanted to do one last little hit here with just Grimgor taking on Emmerich and his dragon, because Grimgor should be a character that massively benefits from this change to knockdown. I definitely better dodge that breath attack or else we're going to get hurt bad. So yeah, I stuck Emmerich here. See what we can do. We're going to take a charge. I'm going to go ahead and pump my leadership up a little. We did get knocked down there. That's one of the first knockdowns I've seen, honestly, since we started this whole thing. Let's start cranking out the damage here. And let's just see how Grimgor does. He's definitely held his feet. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be able to take out a dragon with the kind of damage that Emmerich does, but I'm just, you know, giving him a tough challenge to see how he holds up here, and he's honestly doing pretty well. Emmerich is a tough customer on the dragon. He's got a lot of hit points, and I mean, look at Grimgor punching here. Obviously, a player could still try to cycle charge here, but I'm just trying to show you, like, this is a big deal, folks. The changes they've made to the knockback, look how, since he's not knocked back, it's harder for Emmerich to pull away without getting hit right there, too. So again, this is a very big deal. It is not a small change. Woo! Little dragon vomit there. So I just, again, wanted to show you this because I felt like this was worth covering, and for those of you who are Grimgor fans, and, you know, he got some buffing with the Greenskin DLC last time, and he's definitely taken another buff here just from the change. Yeah, see how he braced for that? Did not get knocked to the ground. He can immediately start fighting back. I mean, again, this is huge. It's just absolutely huge. So, again, kudos to Creative Assembly for sticking with us on this kind of stuff. This may change some of the metas in the game. Maybe not, but it may change it, and that's great. That's a good thing. You know, I love seeing changes like that in a game because it keeps it from being stale. And this game is definitely going to have to fight that because there's such a long period of time probably still until we were to see a Game 3. So, I should have just braced. Yeah, see, we got knocked down there. We weren't braced, so... But it is definitely not a guaranteed knockdown for your character. And, like, right there, we didn't even take a ton of damage off that, even though we got knocked down. But a very respectable performance here from Grimgor. Very respectable. Bringing this dragon down pretty close to its end, almost winning that fight there, so great changes. That's all I had for the video today. Pretty simple. I know I told you I'd bring you some more Wood Elf campaign playthrough to show you some of those. I may. Just kind of depends on timing. I'm going to be working on some other content with some of the other creators, so keep an eye out for that. Should be a lot of fun. There's a lot of great content out there. And if you want to see more, there's a ton to choose from. I would start naming them, but I'm going to forget people. But I would just say if you want to know more about the DLC and I haven't gotten to cover it yet, definitely go check other channels out there. You can go search it on YouTube, and you know, if you all in the comments have another channel that is favorite for you to go watch this kind of stuff, feel free to check it out. Like I said, I don't want to name anybody because I'll forget some, and I don't want it to seem like I'm just playing favorites. But I can definitely think of a few who I've been checking out their stuff as well. Again, here's some this damage screen, very nice indeed. Kind of shows what your character's been up to and what they're going to get done. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this. This is very exciting. I'm very excited about the Wood Elf DLC content. I'm very excited about the patch note changes. I'm a lot less excited about yet more Skaven DLC that I didn't really feel like we needed, but that's partly because I just don't really enjoy Skaven gameplay a ton. Like, it's fun. I like playing Claw with all the zap and stuff like that. So I'm not saying, like, hating on Skaven, and some people are like, well, Air, they still had some... I know, but I'm not the only one. I've seen a ton of comments with people that's like, really? Skaven? And if you're a Skaven fanatic and you're excited about that, I'm happy for you. That's great. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be a bunch of us where it's just like, yeah, Skaven, here we go again. And I mean, the stuff that they've built for Throt is cool. It's definitely not unimaginative from CA. It's neat looking character, cool models, stuff like that. Again, it's just mostly because I don't feel like the Skaven needed anything. But they do their DLCs away for a reason. They have a long-term plan. And their DLC content, in my opinion, has been really good for the most part. Could be better in a few respects here and there, but has been solid. So I'm going to keep giving them the benefit of the doubt for now. In any case, hope you all enjoyed the video today. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Love to see what you all think about these upcoming changes. But for me, this is great. Every Dwarf player, if there are any of you out there still, I do like playing Dwarf campaign still, should be very excited about this change because it's going to really help your Dawi out. In any case, HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you soon.